What's going on, JEROME, homies? So there was a lot of speculation this offseason. Not any legitimate, but just like everyone and their mom just like, oh, Justin Jefferson's getting traded to the Jets. Oh, he's getting traded to the Bengals. All right, so everyone had it takes like, hey, Jefferson's going to get traded. Nah. But the Vikings put a ring on it, and JJ is going to put a ring on it a dozen times in the next 10 years. But Jefferson extended here with the Vikings long time. And Schefter, after the announcement, he immediately put it in there, just sort of slid under the radar. There were multiple teams this offseason that inquired about trading for Justin Jefferson per league sources. The Vikings let each of them know in no uncertain terms that they had a zero goose egg D'Angelo Russell intention of trading Jefferson, and the conversations ended right then and there. So yeah, as much speculation as Florio wanted to put out there, that's not a thermos. What's going to happen? Like, this is Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell's reaction wherever anyone calls, like, hey, what's up? You interested in trading Justin Jefferson? Stoneface. Love to see it, man. But Schefter did elaborate a little bit on who the teams specifically were. This is from NBC Sports Bay Area. Months before superstar receiver Justin Jefferson agreed to a historic 4-year blah, 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 blah. On Monday, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, San Francisco was one of the few teams that inquired with Minnesota about trading for the star receiver. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported on his latest episode of the Adam Schefter podcast, aptly named. Never ever got close, Schefter told co-host Daniel Dopp, Secret Squirrel, when asked if the Vikings actually entertained calls on Jefferson. Quote, some teams reached out. The New York Jets reached out about Jefferson. The Indianapolis Colts reached out about Justin Jefferson. You know that. The 49ers reached out about Justin Jefferson. You know that. You know that. This is all before the draft, and every team that called the Vikings before the draft was told, we're not trading him. Again, Stonewall, who turned out the lights. The conversations went nowhere with anybody, so it was a moot point. And by the way, there should have been 31 teams that were calling the Vikings and checking us in to see if there were trade, blah, 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 blah. Everybody should have called, which does make sense. Now, with the Jets, of course, everyone's saying is like, oh, well, what about Aaron Rodgers and blah, 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 and Jefferson and Alan Lazard can form the best. No, it's so stupid. And with the Colts, would Michael Pittman have been part of the deal? I would have been like Pittman and a first and a second for Jefferson, maybe. And with the Niners, so the Niners pretty openly were shopping Brandon Ayuk, who still is looking to get paid, a fellow 2020 first-round draft pick by the San Francisco 49ers. And also there was some speculation that Debo could have been moved during the draft. So it would have been interesting to see. It probably would have been Ayuk and picks for Jefferson in that instance, but Nah. Also entering the Derby. So Andrew Filippani, who's a longtime beat writer in Pittsburgh, source: the Steelers called the Vikings back in February to gauge the Vikings' interest in trading Justin Jefferson. Now, this is way before the draft. To take Minnesota's temperature on a deal. And we're straight up told trade wasn't happening. A good job by Omar Khan, Steelers GM, to do his due diligence. And that's the thing, too, where I know Schefter is saying that, hey, 31 teams should have been calling, and that's true. That is correct. And even if they just got a no, you're checking that boxes, because what if the no was a maybe? What if the no was maybe we can work something out? I mean, again, it's just like the draft. Every single pick, Kwesi should be on the phones. Hey, what's the price for this? What's the price for that? How much? Just to see, because otherwise you're not doing your job. You're not doing your due diligence. So either way, it really is a moot point, and happy to have Justin Jefferson here. And I know people say, well, he's just a receiver. Well, that's too much money. Well, this, that, and the other thing. No, Justin Jefferson is a legitimate game changer. He affects the defense on every single play, makes life easier for other receivers, the running game, the quarterback, this entire team, and Jefferson is the face of the franchise. And also, I feel like you don't become a better team by letting go of your best players. Chiefs, Tyreek Hill notwithstanding. But that's a completely different kettle of fish. But your thoughts are thoughts. A whole bunch of teams were interested in trading for Justin friggin' Jefferson, and Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell were just like, no. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.